What's up, guys? It's your girl L Just Living. Welcome back to my channel. All right, guys, so today we are restarting something we started years ago that we haven't done in a while, baby, and that is Travel Talk Tuesdays. Travel Talk Tuesday, Travel Talk Tuesday. Welcome to Travel Talk Tuesday, guys, where every week on Tuesdays we'll be talking none other than travel. So who am I? I am your girl L Just Living, as stated before, and at this point in my life I have been to around 50 countries, territory, provinces, so I think I got a little bit of experience. Yes, there are hundreds of how many countries are there in the world? 196, 215, I don't know. I feel like the number keeps changing because we get new countries popping up here and there, but yeah, I think 50 is still a pretty good number, pretty decent number, and we're still going. Okay, we're still going. So with that being said, I decided to share some of the tips and experiences that I've had for you every single week here during Travel Talk. Let's get into it. Now, today's topic of conversation, pretty much my favorite countries. Now, let me just give a little disclaimer. My mood changes and my favorite changes as I grow. Okay, let's make that clear right now. So my favorites today may not be my favorites in the next week, the next month, or the next year, because the list grows and the things that I like change, okay? But I will say I've never been to a country where I had a horrible experience, and I'm claiming that I never will. So today I want to talk to you about 3 of my favorite, in no particular order, but maybe for the sake of the video, we'll put them in a particular order. 3 of my favorite countries that I've ever been to in my entire life. So I'm basing my judgment on the beauty of the area, the vibes, the people, and the food. Okay, so that is what we're going by today. Let's get into number 3. All right, guys, coming in at number 3 of one of my most favorite countries in the world is Jamaica, man. Yes, Montego Bay, Jamaica to be exact. Now, I visited this country, it had to be summer 2018, and I took a group of about 13 people. Yes, I host trips. Check my description. So I took a group of 13 people down to Jamaica, friends, family, tag along homies. And when I tell you, from the time we landed to the time we exited was nothing short of a good time. The hospitality, once I reached the hotel, the fun, and granted, what also made this experience awesome is the people that went with me, to be quite honest. Because any trip, you can have an amazing country but having a horrible time because of the people that you're with. But that's another story for another time. From the moment we got off our shuttle, and the hospitality was just booming. I felt like home, I swear. And I love Jamaican food, so I feel like somebody in my lineage at some point in history, in all the hundreds and hundreds of years of being over here, somebody had to be from Jamaica. Someone was from the Caribbean islands, man. Okay, have to be, because we got off, they're giving us our drinks. There's no rum punch like a rum punch straight out of the Caribbean, especially Jamaica. Hands down, period, point blank. Okay, if I ever go to a carnival somewhere, give me the Jamaican flag. Okay, I like the food, I like the drinks, I like the culture, I like all of it. But they were just so kind to us from the moment we arrived, to booking our excursions, to making sure that we're happy on our excursions. Because you hear all these rumors about people saying that they're going to be rude with you, you're a Black American, they're going to be mean to you. Perhaps I didn't have any of that. It was a good time. It was a totally good vibe. I felt safe. And there were some nights where I probably did a little bit too much, but I was well taken care of, and it was just a vibe. The water was strong. Okay, did I get in the water? I don't think I got in the water like the edge, but I like calmer waters. The waters were a bit strong, so I can't give any real tips about the experience of actually swimming in the waters down there. Yes, we did the boat parties, and all that kind of stuff. But as far as getting in the water to swim around, snorkeling, I ain't do none of that. We was doing other things, you know what I'm saying? We were partying with our rum punch and our other stuff and our food, the jerk chicken on the beach. I had to have gained about 10 pounds that summer just from that trip alone. Because every time you come around with the jerk chicken, man, I'm going to get it. And let me tell you, the coconut water. This little coconut water that's in these stores and everything, these grocery stores, nothing. Crack that coconut oil right on the beach of Montego Bay, open it up in the water. Yes, it was good. It was delicious. That's the only way I want my coconut water. I don't want this concentrated stuff in the cans and boxes and cartons. I don't want none of that. But yes, number 3 is Jamaica, because the people were a vibe. The food was awesome. The drinks was popping. And I just have nothing bad to say about my trip to Jamaica. The land was beautiful. It was a good time. All right, guys. So moving on to number 2. Taking the number 2 spot is Croatia. Croatia is an Eastern European country on the coast, and I went there. It was summertime, guys. It was summertime, and I had to visit because I'm a Game of Thrones fan. Are you Game of Thrones fans? Do you know what that is? They filmed it in Croatia, so of course I had to do the Game of Thrones tour and sit in the throne and do all the things and do the whole walk. I had to do everything. But outside of it being the home of Game of Thrones, guys, the country is beautiful. Now, in this particular trip, I did not stay at a resort. I rented an Airbnb and I stayed amongst the locals, child. The Airbnb I was in was like a high-rise apartment, and just the views of the area. High-rise for that area, okay? Not New York high-rise, okay? Not Dubai high-rise. Croatia high-rise. But the views were magnificent. The beaches were made of rock, but they were beautiful. Not the most comfortable to lay on, but they were gorgeous. The water was nice and cold. If you like cold water, I personally, at this point in my life, I don't want no cold water. I want my water to be hot. I want to get in the bathtub on the beach. But if you like the cold water effect, even in the summertime, the water's cold. Of course, it's Europe. So that's that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember a lot about the food, but what I do remember are the vibes. Oh my gosh, the drinks were good. I remember that. The people were so kind. I felt safe. Again, a lot of this is based on how I feel, and I felt very safe. I went there solo, actually. Met some people there who I'm still connected with on Instagram to this day.
To this day! To this day!
And it was just a good time. So if you're looking to travel solo, that place, Croatia, just may be an option for you. Now, this brings us to our number 1 place, the number 1 place that I've been to in all of my travels. Let me just preface this by saying, at this point in my life, I'm looking for peace, tranquility, good food, good drinks, and good vibes. And the place that I'm choosing is Seychelles in East Africa. Now, let me tell you about this place. Okay, I went on this trip with my family. And by the way, I don't know if you followed that each trip has been like a different type of trip. The first trip that I listed, Jamaica, was a group trip. Well, number 3 was Jamaica, a group trip. Number 2 was Croatia, a solo trip. And my number 1 trip was a family trip with me, my son, and my husband. And this was like 2 years ago. So Seychelles, East Africa is beautiful. Some people like to call it the Maldives of Africa, but the Maldives is the Maldives and Seychelles is Seychelles. But like Maldives, it's made up of like 120, I'm not sure how many islands are in Maldives, but I believe Seychelles is like 120, 130 islands. And we actually stayed on the main island, but we are definitely going to return because that's how much I enjoyed it. The nature of it all, they are still building it up, so there are some modern aspects to it, but just being in the nature, the water, the beaches, the most pristine beaches. I know I'm talking a lot with my hands, but I'm just telling y'all, the beaches were gorgeous. And you ever see those beaches where when the tide's low, you can walk? We literally were walking in the middle of the ocean at one point when the tides were low, and it was the experience was just, the energy was giving what it needed to give, okay? The people were kind. We fit right in, to be quite honest with you. They didn't know that we weren't from there because we stayed, again, in an area that was not the most touristy area. We stayed pretty high up on a mountain, so the views, imagine the views in that place. You have this beautiful nature. It's almost like a rainforest you're living in with views of these awesome beaches. And so they did not know that we were not local until we started talking. And that's when they realized that we weren't local. Other than that, we fit right in with the people. And so that was a complete and total vibe. The only thing was the food. Now the people in Seychelles, I didn't realize until I got there that they were Creole. I had no idea. I didn't know Creole outside of Louisiana. However, their food is not Louisiana food, okay? So I searched high and low on the island. I only found a handful of places that had some really good food. But just the vibes of the place and the nature of it all, how beautiful it was, how peaceful, tranquil it was, how it was family friendly, that was enough to keep it so far at one of my favorite places to visit. And I would love to go back and explore more of the island. So if that's the main island where everyone flies into, imagine going out to some of those other islands that are a little bit further out on the water. Ugh. I cannot wait to go and explore more of that. So that is what took my top spot for now, Seychelles. I am constantly planning trips. I've been to a couple more places. I'm planning a couple more places. So this list very well may change in the coming months. But y'all let me know what you think about my list down in the comments below. With all of that being said, guys, it's time for our hit list. What is the hit list, you may ask? Well, the hit list is a list of places that I plan to hit. Hit, like go to. Come on now. So the hit list is a list of places that I plan to go to in the near or far future, child. It's just on the hit list, just waiting to get hit. Okay? And I'm going to share with you every week at least one place that's on my hit list. And this week on the hit list is making the hit list because I've been in this country for 8 years, and at least 6 of those 8 years, I've been telling myself, I need to go visit this country. I need to go visit this country. And it is so close, but I'm like, I gotta go visit this country because it's amazing. And I've just been, the benefits of the country and the activities that I want to do are supposed to be really amazing. And because of climate change and tourism and things of that nature and a lot of other things that's going on over there, the main event that I want to experience is drying up because people are taking the resources out because of all kinds of reasons. That's another video. Have you guessed yet what that place is on my hit list? Jordan. Yes, Jordan is on the top of my hit list right now because I got to get over there before the people take all the minerals out and we don't have nothing else to float in. So Jordan is the home of the Dead Sea. It actually lies between Jordan and Israel. But I am going to the Jordan side because I've always wanted to go to Jordan side. And I also want to go to Petra and I want to go to Wadi Musa. All of those things. I hope I'm saying Wadi Musa. Or Musa Wadi. I also want to do all of that, and all of that is in Jordan. So that is on my hit list. I'm putting it as priority on my hit list because I've been telling myself for too many years I'm going, and I have yet packed my bags to go. So we have to make it happen soon. Putting it into the universe so the universe can make it happen for me. So that's that. Y'all wish me luck. Wish me luck down in the comments. Let me know what's on your hit list, by the way. What is one place in this entire world that you really, really, really want to go to? Don't think about the money. Don't think about the cost of time, your money or your time, how long it will take for you to get there. Just let me know in the comments where you want to go. Add it to your hit list and maybe we'll make it happen eventually. All right, guys, so now last but not least, before we end this video, we're gonna end this thing with the tip of the week. Yes, because as a 50 country Providence territory traveler, I got some tips for that for you. I was about to say something else, but I'm trying to keep this real PG. I am. So I got some tips for you, okay? So your tip of the week is, baby, go local. Here's a tip for you. Go local. Now, I understand a lot of people don't want to do this because especially if you're traveling solo, you want to be up in a turned up place where you're around a whole bunch of people. But if you want to know all the secrets, the ins and outs of the country that you're visiting, try staying in a local area. Try talking to the locals. They will tell you all the hidden gems and secrets that you need to know about the area that you're not even seeing on Instagram. It's not popular on your TikTok feed. Go to the place, talk to the locals. Of course, mix in some things that you want to do, touristy stuff. Of course, mix that in, but leave a little space for ideas directly from the people who live in the country you're visiting. And I promise you, I've never been disappointed. So that wraps up episode 1 of Travel Talk Tuesdays. I hope you have enjoyed it. We're gonna be working on, we got some graphics and stuff going. We're gonna be working on a new intro. We're gonna be working on all the things for Travel Talk Tuesday. Okay, we're making this, you know, we're getting back to travel. It's been a couple of years, but we back. We back, baby. We back. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the video if you've enjoyed it. You know, we got vlogs dropping weekly as well. Okay, we got the vlogs dropping weekly, and we're back with Travel Talk Tuesdays on Tuesdays. Subscribe. As always, guys, it's your girl L Just Living. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.